It's awesome to have you guys back in Canada.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely.
When was the last time you were up here? Do you remember?
I've never been up here with them.
I was here with a band called Agent Steel in 1985 at the first Montreal Metal Fest with Slayer and Exodus.
No way. Nice.
Yeah, and see Larry's Hideaway in Toronto.
Yeah.
Back in the day with Agent Steel. So this is my third time here.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to have you back.
And one of the guys from crew guy from Ambulance coming out.
Yeah.
I'm friends with Lips and
Nice.
Rob Reiner.
Cool. Are they coming out today? You gonna see
No,
them?
they're in Germany. They're doing some festival over there.
Crazy.
I try to invite them.
Fair enough. At least you represent it.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest draw for your band being on Mayhem Festival?
The biggest draw?
Yeah. Biggest plus.
The biggest plus is getting new fans.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think this is a brand new band. It's not.
Come on, really?
Yeah, I'm serious.
You guys are like the second oldest band on the bill, right?
You would be surprised.
Yeah.
There's a part of the set where I ask, how many times is this the first time you've seen body count? You would be surprised how many hands go up.
Yeah. It's like,
Wow.
Yeah.
like most of the it's it's like they don't know about
That's
body
crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
count. Yeah.
Lollapalooza 91, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
That's what started it all.
How does being on a ticket like this differ for you guys than maybe doing like a headlining run?
I enjoy it. To me, it's like one long song. We only got so much time, 30 minutes.
It's a quick set, eh?
Yeah,
Quick
it's
30
quick.
minutes,
It's a
if
quick
that.
one.
Yeah.
I'm starting to really enjoy it. It's just like it's a good workout. Just like bam,
Yeah.
just go out and kick ass, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, I gotta say. A headlining set is more open.
Yeah, like an hour,
Yeah.
maybe an hour and a half, something like that for like a whole show. But to me, it's like a big warm up to the bigger shows.
Nice.
So
Are you going to play around the same amount of time when you're in Montreal in a couple of weeks?
I think Montreal we have
A little more?
yeah, I think we're longer than that.
Yeah, 45 minutes in
Sweet.
Montreal.
Yeah.
So we'll be playing some more songs.
Yeah, it'll be a lot more.
I'm going to that as well. I'm looking forward to seeing a little,
sweet.
a little more. Were you familiar with a lot of the bands that were on this lineup before joining on?
Well, I was. I mean, I don't know about Will.
Yeah, I mean, like,
We know Korn, obviously.
Yeah.
Avenged
Yeah.
Sevenfold.
Yeah.
I know who Trivium is.
Yeah.
Familiar with Asking Alexandria.
Yep.
Darkest Hour, I've been following them for a few years.
Yeah.
El Nino, I've known of them. I've known Dave Shamari, the drummer, for a while.
Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse, of course. Yeah.
Did a corpse.
But some of the newer bands, no. Upon a Burning Body, I never really heard them before.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I forgot Mushroom Head.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, more or less, yeah.
Are you getting to see any stuff that's impressing
Yeah.
you on this bill? You're getting to check out a lot of the other bands?
Yeah, there's a band. There's a couple bands that are.
You
that
like
are on
Vela
there.
Maya.
Yeah, those guys. I love how tight they are. They're so percussive. The guitarist and the drummer, man. It's just like, oh man, it's pretty rad. So
Mushroom Head puts on a really good show.
yeah.
And Avenged Sevenfold has Fire
Yeah, they're pyro.
and a video screen, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Like wow.
Jonathan Davis comes on with bagpipes and Korn. I think that's pretty ingenious. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been doing that for a while, but it's a lot of good stuff going on. One of my favorite bands, Darkest Hour.
Yeah.
They kick ass. I mean, all the bands bring it. It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun meeting all these bands. It's one giant summer camp. Metal.
How do you find the fans are reacting to you, new band that you are maybe seeing you for the first time or whatever? Good response?
It's kind of weird,
Yeah.
Like it's like oh man, it's like some guys come up to us, even they're older fans. It's like I've been waiting for you guys since '92.
Yeah.
To come back out here. So I've been waiting. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah,
it's a long wait.
of course, there's a lot of old school Body Count fans out to the shows, but we're just surprised how many new fans have never seen the band.
Yeah.
So just to be clear on that.
Yeah.
The generations are like
Yeah.
for music
Yeah.
cycle, 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. It's been a little while since that first album or first
right.
set came out. So
So our main focus is just come out here and push the new album, Manslaughter.
Yeah.
Came out June 10th on Sumerian, so that's like, it just let people know that we're back in action.
Manslaughter's a tight album.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I think all the Body Count albums have a sound or like a feel or a vibe, but this one's amped up somehow. It's tight, really concise, and the songs are they're aggressive, man. I like
absolutely. I mean, you want to add to that, Will?
Not really, but I mean, do you want to know about the writing process?
I would love to know about the writing process.
Okay,
How does that work for you guys?
We all got together, went down to Vegas for like a summer, and just started hammering out songs for like almost 3 months.
Okay.
So that was pretty much everybody just got to put their spin into it. So it was like a whole thing. Everybody was together. Ice, like wanted to make sure everything, like how long every part was going. So he had a major part of the writing process, going with this. But that had to go first before he could, spit over top of it, what he wanted to say over our songs.
Aside from Suicidal Tendencies, what do you feel you're drawing some of your influences from now?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, as far as Body Count is concerned, I think the music is really, it's not really categorized. We don't really categorize it because, I mean, for me, Black Flag maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Dead Kennedys, Black Sabbath, perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean, why everybody listens to different types of music. It's a good question. I think the writing process when these guys came naturally.
Yeah, because even when we were writing "You Want to Be a Gangster," that's total. We were thinking about some other bands. We just don't listen to just the one genre at all. So there's a whole mess of music that we all like and wanted to try to put in this. So that's the reason why I think the album is kind of like different right now. Because everybody's like, oh, we want to do a song like this or we want to do a song like that. But. Yeah, it was weird how we were coming up with this stuff. It was like, oh man, that's cool.
I mean, if Ernie was here, he would tell you that his influences, the Ramones.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be a punk rock band. Body Count first formed. I hear a lot of Black Sabbath in there. Influences for sure. I mean, I think Ernie even produced a Black Sabbath record.
He did.
So I think he's the only. Ice is the only one that's ever been featured on a Black Sabbath album, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
I like that Talk Shit Get Shot is addressing this generation's lack of tolerance to just hold their tongue online. It's like smack talking instantaneously online, right?
Yeah. That's a tongue-in-cheek
cool.
kind of song.
Yeah.
Not to be taken literally. It was fun to make that video.
It was.
It was
a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think the director did a great job. Ice wrote the story to the video. That was a lot of fun to do. For sure.
There was supposed to be more to that video that we couldn't do.
Like what? Like stuff that wouldn't make it onto YouTube or onto a television station?
No. There was like some movie stuff that he was going to do at the end of the video, but we couldn't do it because of the neighborhood that we're at.
Oh, okay.
So there was supposed to be another shot in that video. Someone else was supposed to get shot in that video, and we didn't get to do it because the police that were there is like, no, we can't do it here. It was a bad neighborhood.
Time restraint.
Yeah.
With the time that we had to make the video, you got to get clearances from the neighborhood. Cops are involved. So we were happy with what we got. I mean, we're planning on shooting another video though.
Are you?
Yeah. Follow up to that.
Yeah.
Do you know is it going to be like another song that's going to be married to it? Okay. Cool.
It's not there's some ideas of what song. Nothing's in concrete yet, but we're definitely talking about filming another video sometime next month.
Right on. How did you guys all meet? Like, how did you become in the Ice-T and Body Count?
I joined these guys. I went for audition in 2009.
Okay.
A friend of mine, I guess a friend of Body Count as well, say, hey, you need to get a hold of this dude, and then he calls me up, the guy that's at this rehearsal spot, calls calls me up. He's like, hey man, you need to call up Vince of Body Count. You need to call him. It's like they're looking for drummers. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. And I called him. I was like, yeah, we're gonna do an audition. I went for the audition about a couple times, and then it's like, hey, you're in. I'm like, really? All right, cool. I try to keep it low key or whatever, but it was tough when I got in the car. I'm like, yes, so
Cool.
I had to hold it together, man.
I known Ernie and D-Rock, the original guitar player, since the 90s, and I've been friends with him for a long time. And when D-Rock passed away, a good friend of mine, I kept in contact with Vince, the bass player, and kept asking him what's going on with Body Count for like years, and nothing's going on. I guess the time wasn't right.
Yeah.
And I was working at a record company, and I kept asking him what's going on with Body Count. I guess he got sick and tired of me asking, so they were working. He started working on some demos, and so I was interested in signing the band actually. And but long story short, I felt that contacting Sumerian was a better move. So once Sumerian got involved, and all the right dots were connected. That's how we put it all together, and that's how the album came along. And later on, they were looking for a guitar player because D-Rock passed away, and Vince asked me to play guitar with him live. And next thing you know, he kind of just tells me, you're in the band. Didn't even ask me. Once he found out that I was involved behind the scenes, I guess you're in the band.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I didn't have to audition. I got lucky.
Right.
But I've known him for a long time.
Yeah.
It was kind of a family thing.
How did you feel adapting and modifying Institutionalized by Suicidal Tendencies for this album?
Me personally, I think what our intentions were, we wanted to get close for the instruments of the song, was we wanted to get as close as possible to the original song. But I guess we wanted to do our own version of their song.
Yeah.
So, what we did as for the record, we went and listened to it very tightly of how they did that song, and we had to do it exactly that way. So we couldn't really do a click track over it or anything like that because I don't think they used that back then, for that song.
Yeah, I think that's around.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's how we wanted to do it. We wanted to get as close as possible, but in a newer version of that way. And plus, not everybody knows about Suicidal either. It's like introducing a whole new, group of people to say, hey, this is Suicidal song. Go research on them too.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think of the current state of heavy music right now?
I think it's an interesting time for music. A lot of bands are pretty much giving the music away, and I think the reason why is the new generation of kids don't really know what it is to buy music. There's less record stores. To them, getting a new song is going on YouTube or downloading it illegally. So it's an interesting time for music for sure. More focus is put on the live performances. It's important to go out. If you like a band, if you like a song, I think it's important to go out and support the bands you like.
Absolutely.
Keep the art going. There's a lot of bands I'm excited about, and it's a very interesting time. I think it's music will always evolve.
Right on, man.